Hey everybody, this is Jason, the Meandering Newfoundlander. Today I am starting what is called ketamine treatment, and it's for people who have severe anxiety and depression and all other traditional methods don't seem to be working. For example, taking antidepressants, anti-anxiety meds, treatment every week or two with psychologists or psychotherapists or whatever it might be. Anyway, those traditional methods aren't working, and that's the case with me. So today, in another hour, I start my first treatment of ketamine. I'm a little nervous about it because this is one of those treatments that save as a last ditch effort, I guess, in one way. And that makes me nervous because the thought that after this, there may not be so many more options out there for me. It's a bit nerve-wracking. But anyway, my plan is to document my journey over the next month. So it takes about 4 weeks, maybe even 6 weeks to get through these treatments. But I'm hoping to document my whole, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically my progress throughout these next few weeks and try to describe what I'm feeling, what I'm noticing, things like that. Crazy things that might happen because it does cause disassociation, or it can cause things like that. So anyway, join me and enjoy the fun because it's going to be a trip, I think, a nice little journey. It could be a roller coaster ride, it might not, we'll see. Anyway, my taxi's going to be here in about 15 minutes, so this is it. Here we go, off to get some ketamine treatment at ASNR Clinic. One thing I got to remember to bring with me from my appointment, since I have 2 hours to kill afterwards, are my nice little headphones. Can't wait. Well, transportation's here. There's Citywide Taxi. Time to go. All comfy, ready to go. Made it. No incidents with the cab ride, that's good. Blood pressure is good. It's a good sign. The stuff tastes so bad that they give me Tic Tacs. I get Tic Tacs. It's almost worth the trip. Time for headphones. Now I'm all set. Get to stay here for a couple hours, enjoy some music. So far, it feels like I'm in the beginning of a mushroom session. Well, my first session went okay. I think I'm what I think is called sobering up right now, waiting for my cab. No sign of him yet. This commercial break is brought to you by Old El Paso Taco. That's your second. Taco Tuesday. That's enjoy it. Now it's time to go and do something I haven't done in a while, and that's sit outside in the dark, in the freezing cold, and just relax and meditate for a while. She's pretty cold, but it's a nice night out. Can't really see it, but the stars are out. The great thing is, once you're bundled up, you're fine. Even though it's about -10 out right now, I feel nice and toasty. To wind down my night, I'm watching a little Star Talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson and my dog. This is my first day outside in a while, so I'm excited over this. I'm up at Signal Hill. As you can see, it's a busy spot today. Beautiful day for it. Do you see your hometown? And this is the Cabot Tower, and it's all its glory. Off in the distance, you can see Cape Spear. That's the most easterly point in North America over there. Looks like they got some snow squalls heading over that way. Well, right now it's the day after I had my first ketamine treatment, and just to give you an update on what I'm feeling and what I've done today, I've actually done a couple tasks that I've been putting off. So I'm happy about that. I accomplished something, and I just got back from a nice little, not really a hike. I was just up around Signal Hill, hanging out, checking out the scenery, and just savoring the moment. So far, so good. It's got me out of the house, so that's a positive. I didn't sleep the greatest, but I think there's external reasons for that, aside from the ketamine. I tend to not sleep well anyway, so it's not like I'm expecting a miracle drug here. So I wasn't very smart. I lit that log, which is one of those fire logs you buy at Canadian Tire. But I realized that those things last about 2.5, 3 hours long. And I don't want to be out here that long. So we'll see how this goes. Could be a long night for me. Well, she's definitely burning nice now. Well, the fire is all out. I had a nice night out there watching the fire. My son took a turn. He came out and sat in my spot for a little bit as well. Anyway, I decided to smoke a joint, and now I'm joining the dog in bed. Good night. Breakfast is served. Bacon. No bacon. Just eggs and toast this morning. But you know what? This is day 2 in a row of cooking a breakfast. I usually don't eat breakfast. I skip it. And I know I need it. So this is a good thing, right? One of the things about the days that my treatment's happening is right now it's 11 o'clock and my appointment's at 1:30. So I can't eat 2 hours before my appointment, so it's 11 o'clock and I got to get this in me now. Eggs are good, and I'm sure the toast. Oh, the toast is perfect. You can see it's got that nice partially melted butter on it. That usually makes it taste so much better. Doing my research. Enjoying a cup of coffee and a glass of water before my next treatment. Getting close. My cab should be here any time now. Let's get this done, right? That's the location right there. New Haven ASNR clinic, where I get my treatments. So I was just administered the first dose in each nostril, and now the process is I wait 5 minutes and they'll give me another dose in each nostril as well to snort in. Not too bad so far. The important thing is they left me Tic Tacs again. One last Tic Tac before I go. Cheers. Time for a little cuddling with my dog, some Shine Down playing in the background, and I'm going to try reading a little Stephen King. And the reason I do that, even though I suck at reading right now, I can't read, can't focus, don't retain anything I read, but I got to go through the motions of it because my psychiatrist told me that ketamine works almost like a fertilizer. So you actually got to force yourself to do certain things to get it to take hold and get it to have its effect that it's supposed to have on you. So I am going to read some Stephen King for as long as I can. Anyway. So here is a short observation after my second session. I noticed that during the session and a couple hours following the session, I feel great. But then now I don't know if it's from external factors or not, but then I find about 2 or 3 hours later, once I get home, and it's like my anxiety starts picking up again. The depression, not so much, but the anxiety is still spiking pretty bad. It's all trial and error. I know. I'll keep working through it. So right now it is Saturday. It's been 5 days, I think, since my first treatment and 3 days since my second. And just a few observations. One of the things I've noticed is my anxiety is coming back big time. It hasn't eliminated that. It's one of those things when you go in and you get administered the ketamine, you feel the effects almost immediately, and it's such a huge relief. It's like just the load just lifted off your shoulders. It's just weight is gone. And during the treatment, it's the same way. You feel great, and even a few hours after treatment. But I've noticed that as the hours go on after the treatment, the anxiety tends to creep back up. The more time passes on. It's a frustrating situation for me, actually, because I really do have my hopes up over this. And of course, I know there's external situations or factors happening that are contributing to my anxiety. But yeah, just my overall sense, though, is it might help the depression in the long run. I'll see. I don't really know. I honestly don't know, and I'm scared actually right now because I don't really know where this is going to lead, and it takes a toll on you because you got your family behind you for years and years and years supporting you through mental health issues, and finally we get to the point where this treatment it's going to help. And to start the treatment and just 2 sessions in to feel a little discouraged is not a good feeling. It's almost like I feel as if I'm letting everybody down again, because this should work. It works for most people, so it should work for me as well. So I got this pressure put on myself too, and it's all hard to deal with. And anyway, I'm still going to keep trudging through, because who knows, maybe after the second week or the third week things might change for the better. But right now, the changes aren't significant yet. I hate admitting that because it's a kick in the balls. That's the way I feel. There's a kick in the gut. It's like this big gut punch. So that's where I am right now. And anyway, I'll stop mumbling about this right now, and I'll see you again in my next clip. This little guy right here turned 11 years old today. Our old puppy's getting old. He's a senior now. So I decided to go to ChatGPT for some information. I've been quite anxious about how fast this treatment is kicking in and taking effect, so I decided to ask ChatGPT how long it takes for ketamine to work, and basically it's telling me what I kind of assumed anyway, that it varies person to person, and some people might feel a difference after 1 or 2 sessions, and other people it might take weeks or even a little longer. So yeah, it's not my fault anyway. And of course, I had a follow-up question. I had to ask it what I can do to improve the likelihood that these ketamine treatments will work. And the responses that came up, some of them are actually kind of what my psychiatrist told me anyway. Open communication, follow the treatment plan, create a supportive environment, healthy lifestyle, mindfulness and relaxation techniques, and engage in hobbies. Yeah, it's all pretty straightforward actually. But of course, I have an issue that's kind of interfering with all of those on that list. It's my anxiety. I can't shake it, and it's having an impact on these activities that I should be engaging in to encourage this ketamine to take hold. Like, I'm following the treatment plan, I'm doing my best with communication, but when it comes to engaging in hobbies or activities, and that's very challenging. Like, I can't get out of the house for the most part, and the anxiety is just overwhelming. But one thing I have been engaging quite a bit in is mindfulness and meditation. I've been at that for a couple of years, and when the mind is right, it's very beneficial. Sometimes I'm a bit too anxious to even calm down or focus enough to do the meditations, but I still go through the process. It's kind of like reading. I still read, even though I don't retain or recall the information, but it's still, for the most part, it's a calming experience. So I'll keep doing that. The old anxiety is pretty high tonight. Stupid mind, you're anxious and worried and stressed over silliness. It's irrational. Like right now, I'm scared about bringing my car to an appointment in the morning. I mean, how crazy and insane does that sound? Like tomorrow, when I reflect on it, I'll be like, yeah, you're an idiot. Yeah. It's now Monday morning, and I'm feeling a little better, getting my coffee in me. Just got back from dropping my car off. I survived it. Imagine that. Nothing horrific happened to me. Nothing catastrophic happened to me when I went down and dropped it off and walked back up. Silliness, I know. At least that's what I say, but at the same time, I know it's not silliness. It's a condition. Either way, it's a shitty condition, and it sucks. Does anybody have a new mind for sale? Because I'm willing to trade mine in right now. Some hard to read, isn't it, Rex? Hey? What do you think, old buddy? It's been a relatively quiet night. Didn't do much. Watched a little bit of YouTube. Read for a little while, which is good. I got through a few pages of a book I'm reading. That's a positive. Cooked supper. And swept the kitchen floor. So that's my night. Let's see if week 2 will be any more exciting than this one. Because I know it's hard to top this week. Anyway, I'll see you in my next video, which will be week 2 of my ketamine treatment. Thanks for watching, and thanks for your support.